Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Zach Hendricks. You can find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand, and of course, look up the Out of Town Shooters, your mama's favorite tag team at Country Air Brand, all over the socials and Country Air Official, even the YouTubes. And tonight, I'm joined with the lovely crew, the Dynamic Three. And I'll pass it off and give the hot tag to my tag partner.
What up? It's Doc Simmons. You can find me at all social media at Doc Simmons17. The voice is coming back slowly but surely. I'm gonna get I'm gonna pass it off. I'm gonna present it to our senior official.
What's up, everybody? Referee Perch. You can find me at PerchXLV, # Celebrate Pro Wrestling, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles, 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 waffles. Boys, what have we been eating this week?
Had lots of
Where'd you go?
Southern barbecue.
Yeah, we always support that.
Yeah, we were out in Texas. Had to start it off right away with some Waffle House late night, right when we got in. Double stack of plain waffles, 2 eggs scrambled, and a black coffee, and ice water. Perfect menu and filled me up just perfect. Next day we had some Terry Black's barbecue and another place called I couldn't remember for the life of me, but Katie Sunshine, legendary fan and wrestling family member down in Texas. Her and her family helped cater barbecue for our wrestling show, which was awesome. So we had trays of burnt ends, which was such a texture mind blow. It was like a few different textures in there.
Yeah.
And great smell to it. But that was a culinary experience that hit like all the senses. Pulled pork, brisket, smoked turkey, mac and cheese. Wow, it was so good. We had some Casey's coffee along the way. Yeah, it was a wonderful food weekend.
Yeah. I mean, Country Air. We're always gonna look for the barbecue spot. This week, I feel like I didn't eat much. Just had a nice rotisserie chicken sandwich and twice baked potato. We went to the new sushi spot in town yesterday, but they don't do sushi on Mondays. But still got a steak teriyaki bowl that was really good.
Ooh,
Feel like I had something for breakfast, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, yep, made sausage and bacon and egg biscuits at some point. So that was good.
I had show week hometown, so got me some smoothies. I had some good breakfast yesterday, eggs and steak or steak and eggs, hash browns, Olive Garden as well. So even like a
oh,
heavyweight, all
Olive Garden.
bangers.
What was the soup? Soup breadsticks combo
No, we just
or
got kids
salad?
meals to go. Kids meals to go, so chicken Alfredo to go. But I do like getting the soup and all you can eat soup with the chicken gnocchi.
Ooh.
Ooh, chicken gnocchi's good. Sarah likes that one. I like the minestrone,
Mm.
but the chicken Alfredo, phenomenal.
Yeah, the chicken Alfredo. We got the Alfredo sauce too with the breadsticks. It was a combo. Some might say it was a banger, and I ain't gonna miss it this week because we got a banger of the week. Perch, what's the banger?
Oh, this week's banger of the week. Yeah, we were down in the Texas and Kansas range, so a lot of South, mid-South, kind of Midwest, but Southern states. Um, the Tornado Alley, as I know it as, Twisterville, uh, and had a nice Chrysler Odyssey minivan, 2026. It's beautiful. My favorite rental car, especially when you're picking up lots of people. So I made sure I had the music all dialed in. Surround sound was an option. Had it in. the bass up. I like that treble maybe down a couple notches. In that mid range, up and down, I think up a couple sometimes rocks it. Um, but yeah, all four speakers bumping, and one of the tunes that really hit. We did rock some Mariah Carey,
Of
Tokyo
course.
Dome '96.
Got
By the
to.
end of the trip, I said, "Thanks for putting up with the Mariah." And Matt Tremont in the back was soothing. It was one of the best comments, and genuine too. It was soothing. Um, but one of the other bangers that we had was "Jealous Type" by Doja Cat.
Okay.
Wow, what a song! Uh, Definitely hits like the modern disco being back. I've stated it months ago, maybe even a year ago, but disco is back. The good beats, the good music, great singing, uh, everything, vocals. I think it comes down to production as well. Jack Antonoff, the guy's been behind a lot of great songs.
Yes, he
My
has.
goodness, watch his record of music producing, and there'll be a lot of bangers in there.
just just dropped his producing into the Kendrick Drake beef. Like no big deal. Let me just do this right quick. Let y'all know I'm really about it.
And yeah, "Jealous Type" by Doja Cat. This week's banger week. Uh, Great tune, great tune, good beat. One that
Hell,
had it maxed out.
hell yeah,
Also,
check it out.
also was the some Zach Top blasting down in Texas. He had played at one of the venues we were at in Kansas, and that blew my mind because I was blasting some of that music all weekend long too.
Look like a live show.
Hell yeah. And then that's all gonna be on the Spotify playlist. And on top of that, what besides what we were listening to, what were we watching, fellas? I'll go first. I watched Raw yesterday, 2 p.m. Balor versus Punk. You weren't going to get me. I'm looking forward to when Balor gets his
Yeah,
world title run.
yeah. I did not watch because I was very confused that they were posting stuff, but I guess it hadn't aired yet.
No, it posted at 2 p. It was, they had a special start at 2 o'clock for us.
Oh, okay. I was so
Yeah, because
confused.
they were in Ireland.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
confused. But
Yeah, no, I watched that. I watched NXT tonight. Definitely, if the WWE ID program is playing heavy, Sean Legacy's in the NXT World Title match, ladder match. They had Eli Knight versus Legacy was a good match. That Shiloh guy who his teeth fall off, he qualified. They swipe right were very impressive and like had a good win. So I mean, it was I mean, you definitely tell like that Evolve program if it's a good spot to be. And then what else? I've been watching the biographies too, like Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, and all that. But that's about it for me.
yeah, the all the Evolve guys coming up since everybody got to move to the main roster. It was definitely interesting to see that. Um, I have not watched a lot of wrestling because it is the start of a new anime season. So, new Fire Force, awesome. Um, New JJK, awesome. But Perch, another song by King New, I am not feeling it right now.
Ooh,
Not yet, not yet. We'll see. We'll see if it sinks in. But so far, not their best work.
mm-hmm.
Um, Hell's Paradise. I mean, really, it's not their fault. I don't think any of the opening songs I've heard so far have been that good. Nothing sticking out, but the shows have been great. I'm loving them. So yeah, I've just been new anime season just started, so watching all that.
Hell yeah. And Perch, what have you been watching?
Yeah, I've been watching some throwback matches from the era when what was it, the video screen fans? You can clearly
Oh
tell
yeah,
it's
Thunderdome.
that era where it's like empty arena and video screen fans. Um,
Yep.
some good matches though. Sasha Banks teaming up with Bianca Belair right in that range. Um, Sasha was again one of my favorite wrestlers. Just to see her character, she was the women's champion at this time too. Uh, Matching up against Nia Jax, I loved those matchups, and they would happen often, but took it for granted. And it was Nia and Shayna against Sasha and Bianca, and Bianca has since gone on to have some of the best matches at WrestleMania. So whether the torch was passed, um, but she's really like the last one kind of around of that crew, those four. But Mercedes is still rocking it on AEW and still doing big things. Um, and I watched some AEW last week. Darby Allin against Pac to start it off.
Oh yeah, I gotta go back and watch that.
Good match all the way through. Um, they went to that next level. Gnarly
Yeah,
moments in
that's what
there
it
for
looks
sure.
like. You like angry Pac.
Yeah, yep. And he's determined. He
Yeah.
really is. Um, Samoa Joe, kind of all over it with some good promos. I think he started the show off with a good one. I'm not sure what he's up to right now, but he's angry.
In general.
Going back and watching that Sasha and Bianca match, there's Samoa Joe doing commentary just flawlessly. One of the best.
Yeah, he was so good for a short period of time.
So good. I think he is just such a gem in the wrestling world from
He's
when he
good at
first
it.
started to
He's
now. He can
good.
work any job in wrestling and knock it out of the park.
Can you imagine him as a GM?
Yeah. I picture his dedication to the craft as much as Triple H from his generation. I could see Samoa Joe going into the role of running a company in 20 years from now, or who knows.
I feel like he would give that Dario Cueto, but actually intimidating monster, not relying on hired help. That mob,
Hmm.
that mob GM, like no
Even,
cost boss.
yeah, and even like a Tanahashi or like a Inoki or, the
I
giant
probably,
HOUA.
I feel him closer to Inoki. I am excited to see what Tanahashi's going to do
Yeah.
in the backstage in that role, but I can definitely see him being an Inoki. Everybody in this stadium, come chop me so I can show you you're a bitch.
Hmm. Um, but yeah, I see him as just such a great person for the business. And then Boney Keith was also wrestling, Hangman. Good action. Good to see Boney Keith up in there, especially after having recently worked with him in Chicago, Logan Square. Um, Went back and watched a couple movies. A movie that blew me away. Uh, I would put it up there with some of the epic movies over the past. Turns out this one was about 10 years old, but if I haven't seen it, it's new to me. And I've seen Emma Stone in movies since. She was in Begonia this year. It was pretty good. And remember her back in Super Bad. She
Yep.
was a legendary. Uh, but I've never seen better acting out of her than La La Land.
Oh, I've heard that's really good.
Wow, what a movie!
I do
Uh,
like her as an actress. She is very good.
she steals the show in this movie, and it's a good spectacle of a movie. The way a Godzilla movie is a spectacle where they bring out all stops,
Yeah.
um, or everything everywhere all at once, where it's just they give you more than you could ever imagine in a movie. Um, the talent and performance from Emma Stone, and Ryan Gosling as well in this one.
Yeah.
There's some songs in it, and some dancing, but more so just a good, drama and some funny parts, but a good movie. And um, yeah, between their ability on screen and pure acting, that movie blew me away.
Ryan Gosling is very good. He,
Yeah,
I,
Drive was always my favorite of
I think Ryan Gosling's problem is he takes bad movies as well.
his. Like a
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage, he takes them all.
yeah, like yeah, he'll take anything. Yeah.
For some actors, once you're Ken, you'll always be Ken. But
But
for Ryan
I've
Gosling, that
heard it
just
was a
brushed
great
off.
kid. I haven't seen Barbie, but I heard he was great.
He was great. He was great.
Yeah, I heard
So
Barbie was
awkward.
pretty good, so
So
that's
awkward.
one of his wins. But yeah, is it Baby
Um,
Driver or one of those movies he did?
Drive was good, where it was good action movie and some real intense moments and great soundtrack to that one. Remember having the soundtrack back in the day when CDs were still
Yeah,
around because you could play them in cars. Um, but yeah, La La Land, incredible. Um, Another one that I watched was another throwback. Never saw it, but it's been around forever. The Sitter with Jonah Hill,
oh, okay, yeah. I never
probably
saw it either.
15 years old from 2011. And yeah, that was good. Just classic. Probably a couple years after Superbad. And
Yeah,
Jonah Hill at the peak of that era and funny, ridiculous.
yeah,
Exactly what you'd think.
that's when I started to fall out of love with the with that crew.
Yeah, same. That's why it took me 15 years to
You
come
have to
back
watch
and
it. Yeah.
watch it. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, some good ones.
Hell yeah. And then let's talk about what we've been doing this weekend. Perch, what have you been doing?
Yeah, it's been a fun weekend. We had shows for Game Changer Wrestling down in Dallas, Texas at Gillies, and Wichita, Kansas at the Wave. Uh, and the Wave was like a concert venue, and it was the first time they've ever had pro wrestling there, which was really cool. So fun to be a part of it, and a super fun locker room to be a part of too, with everybody. Um, One time out in Dallas, great food, um, nice weather. It was about 50 degrees, but then it dropped down to like, well, 11 degrees on our drive that night.
Hmm.
um, it
Yeesh.
was cold.
Welcome home. Been just as
and
bad.
and yeah, first match I had was Samurai del Sol against Gringo Loco. A very fun match. Gringo Loco trained Samurai del Sol many years ago,
Oh, really?
right out there in Chicago. Uh, so to hear from Chicago, Illinois, and the next one out from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm thinking to myself, where did I learn lucha? At Chicago, Illinois, from Gringo Loco.
Learning trees be like that.
It was funny. So we were able to give the Texas crowd a fun match, and yeah, that was a unique lucha match, fun to be a part of, and yeah, fun for the Dallas audience. The next match I had was KJ Orso against Effie, and KJ is on another level right now. He's putting in some good matches, good stories, popping up everywhere. You never know where to see him. And he used some evil tactics that night to beat Effie. But it was a good match and fun to be a part of. It's fun working with Effie all over the world as well. Um, just had him in Chicago for freelance and fun to work with him again in GCW a couple weeks later. Um, and then the next match I had that night was Atticus Cogar against Manders for the GCW World Championship. Uh, Always fun to be in the ring with Manders. Going back to when Silas Young used to run MKE Wrestling at the Knights of Columbus, West Dallas. I remember getting a call from Ref Jerry one night. I was just finishing up work, And it was my first year as a ref. I hadn't even been a referee for a year. And he gave me a call saying, "Hey, are you doing anything tonight?" I said, "No." He said, "Hey, do you want to come down to the Knights of Columbus? Silas could use a referee." I said, "Absolutely, I'll be there." And I never missed another Silas show. And those shows at the Knights of Columbus, I took advantage of being there every single time I could. And that's where I got to, soak in the roots of MAW wrestling, Mid American, and Brew City Wrestling. That's where I saw them for the first time as well. And to be able to perform at the Knights of Columbus was special. We would always have legends coming in. We would have up and coming students. We would have people from the area. Black and Brave Wrestling Academy was just becoming a thing. So those students were coming to Milwaukee to get good quality reps. Remember seeing Seth Lopez or Colby Lopez there, old Rollins, the champion, just complete inconspicuous, just as a trainer. And it showed me that we are all in the same business together. And you can be the champion of the world and still at the Knights of Columbus shaking someone like myself's hand and saying, "Nice to meet you." It's good learning lessons that we get along the way that remind us that pro wrestling really is a community. And, when you do it for the right reasons and you take in the moments with those around you, it has a funny way of presenting itself in different, moments. And that was the same venue where I met Manders, one called Manders. Steve Manders, I think he was at the time, because he was so very young in his wrestling career. And he was a student of Black and Brave. And I got to work with him at the Knights of Columbus. And since then, we've worked together in Chicago for AAW and Game Changer Wrestling all over the world. I was able to call his match against Jun Kasai on commentary at the Cork and Hall.
Oh, nice.
And I was able to even mention our time at the Knights of Columbus, West Dallas.
Right.
That was for all our homies here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And that was a moment where I realized, like, I want to actually pursue this
Yeah, I think this whole podcast met him
this,
at
this broadcasting thing.
Columbus, at least, but not the Knights of Columbus.
Yeah, yep. Uh, so very cool and sentimental to come back and work with someone like Manders, no matter where it is. Remember those nights in Chicago with AAW, with Manders, Justice, Mance, Tankman would be there, and Levi, and just lots of people. We'd be out just having a great time, and we'd be the first ones to the arena and the last ones out, and just taking in all the pro wrestling we could and learning. So yeah, fun to work his match. And as Manders took on Atticus, they were going for the finish, and I got pulled out of the ring, and that's the last thing I remember. I woke up in Wichita.
Some possible fussy activities happened, I believe.
I was definitely taken out, and my night was over. Luckily, there was a venue shower, so as I will take full advantage of, I
Yeah.
took advantage of the venue shower. So I'm told, at least, because I don't remember after being pulled out of the ring.
Come on, that's enough to wash it down.
But then the next day we were out in Wichita, Kansas, which was so much fun. And the first match I had that night was Gary J and Anakin, unsigned and don't care. Two wrestlers who, again, since we started traveling, and we traveled to the Midwest, and St. Louis was a spot. And Anakin was a fellow referee on Glory Pro. I remember the two of us, maybe another referee. We were the refs for the time out there, and working with Anakin and seeing him grow over that time. 8 years, 7 years. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And he's out there, putting on fun performances. Worked with him at the Berwyn Eagles Club a few weeks ago. The show here in Kansas, and just a fun performer who always gives it his heart and soul. And And Gary J is another guy who, when I started traveling, he was someone who people looked up to learn with and ride with. They would be on car rides with Gary, and everyone learning from working. And the more reps you get, the more you learn. And Gary was a guy who you could learn from no matter where he was at. Someone who I could put my gear next to in the locker room and take something from him. Him against Silas Young at the Berwyn Eagles Club a few years ago was one of the most fun matches I've ever been a part of. So it was Anakin and Gary J taking on Manders and Thomas Shire. Thomas Shire, someone who I've worked with at AAW before, probably 2021 era. He was there for a lot of shows, and he's been trained by Dory Funk. So someone who, when I first met him, I wanted to learn from him.
Yeah.
So I made friends with Shire right away. He's like, who is this kind dude from this referee? This nice guy from Milwaukee would fit right in because he's a super nice guy himself. So
Yeah.
it was like I wanted to be friends with him whether he wanted to or not. Brought me right
You
back to
won't
like
like
first grade.
me.
Brought me like right back to first grade. Like, hey, you want to hang out?
Yep. Yep.
Um, so Shire was someone super cool, and we enjoyed working with each other many times and
One
sharing
of
good
those
times.
premier boys.
Yeah, good times. Always with the shows. So, uh, and again, this January is my 8 year anniversary from training. It was Rise to Honor back in January of 18 that I was there as a fan, and I started the next week. So that was mid-January. So that brings me right back to 8 full years and full circle, and to be in the ring with these guys that I've met from year one, year two, year three, year four, and still know at year five, six, seven, eight. Um, yeah, it was fun, and the overwhelming feeling was out of nowhere. I'm standing in the ring, just another match, and we're in there, and uh, Emil's doing the introductions, and it's the opening My Chemical Romance song for Anakin and Gary J. And I think it's Helena, the song.
Yeah. Or
Uh,
yeah.
and yeah, oh yeah, my eyes were welling up. It was a legitimate like pro wrestling gets us, as a fan, as a performer, as a worker, as a just the full appreciation. And I'll see promos that'll, bring tears to the eyes, and performances that can too. But yeah, it was during that entrance where I, took in the full scope of everything and the full circle moment, and to realize who I'm in there with in this match and representing these four people who are all working hard together for a common goal. Like, that's the reason why I stepped foot in this business, was to work hard together for a common goal with like-minded individuals who share the same passion as me and come from different walks of life. Um, and not every match is that way, and some matches you get more than you would have ever expected. But for that match, it had so much sentimental value to it, and legitimate, good quality rep value to it. Where it's like, where else would you rather be in the world than right here at this moment, learning from this, match and growing and representing it and playing your part to represent it. And it's a business, it's a sport, and it's also a team sport more than anything. And we work together to give the audience a great time, and we perform entertaining combat sport, and pro wrestling at its purest is absolutely beautiful. And that match is worth looking up, and the emotion afterwards too. It's like the wrestlers even felt the emotion. My goodness.
It's all the chair spot for mannequin.
Oh,
Well,
gnarly.
yeah, that was gross. I'm not doing
A couple weeks with those chair spots.
it. I don't think
Uh,
fucking hate chairs.
And he was the first person. I'm like, "You're a referee? What? You want to start doing what?" But yeah, he has his own path, and I think he's doing well, and I enjoy working with him and seeing him every single time. It's a bright light, and again, sharing the locker room with those guys was special. Very fun, very fun. Those are the moments I enjoy doing what we do, and with all those guys and someone like Matt Tremont in there, you know, it's amazing the people we get to interact with along this journey and simply just learn life experience from and dissect what goes on during a 10-hour show day.
No, yeah, the journey's what it's all about.
Um, the next match I had was Effie against Gringo Loco. Super fun. Remember, they had a match against each other in Detroit years back at Harpo's, and I watched that one and took photos. And I remember he took the base bomb from the top rope and slid across the entire ring. It was incredible. And this match was awesome, fun to be a part of as well. Working with both those guys, um, an absolute pleasure, really, between both performers and their experience. I'm able to learn from them every single time. Another one that was sentimental. A few people who I met in Chicago 5+ years ago, 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah, probably 5 or 6 years ago. And yeah, super cool. And still learning from backstage and inside the ring as well. And the next match I had was Atticus against Priscilla for the GCW World Championship. And that match was wild, violent, brutal, and yeah, fun way to end the weekend. And yeah, Game Changer Wrestling, South Loop, Texas and Kansas, was an absolute blast. Had some good food the whole time, and also had a place called Fazoli's after. Had a good old fashioned family meal. Gringo and the fam and the Sunshine fam and everybody. It was delicious. Great breadsticks, good chicken parm. Um, yeah, just incredible times. Learning that it's not a destination; it's a journey, and it's really the people you have around you that make that journey just as more enjoyable as it was when you first step foot.
Nice, nice. And then for myself, this weekend, Friday, I was at ICW one final time. Myself versus Oren Vite. I thought about busting out some Mr. Danger on Oren. Let him know what's up. But for one final match, loser cannot challenge the champion as long as he has the belt. And showed Owen why you shouldn't put money, why I always put my money where my mouth is. I back up what I say. I walked in talking shit, talking all that ish, and I walked out backing it up as your 5-time ICW World Heavyweight Champion. I rode that momentum down to Macomb, Illinois, because Doc, we'll circle back to your part, but we'll start off with Saturday for us two, where
Yeah.
we had a unique match. You wanted to have a tag match. You wanted to emulate greatness, triple threat. You put together a beetle and a lizard and a revolution with country air. We had TXC, tables, Ultimate X, and chairs. But us being old school TLC fans, we brought in the
Gotta
ladder.
throw that ladder. Gotta
Why?
throw that ladder.
Why go across that cable when you can climb a ladder?
Yep. I'm scared of heights.
And I will say it was fun. First ever time. Never thought on the indies I would do an Ultimate X, but it was a good time. Definitely looking forward to running the twos back with both the Revolution and Lizardman and Crimson Beetle. Uh, yeah, no, and the most important thing, we walked out new belts, same champs, babe.
Yep. Some very thick and new, very new. They don't bend belts.
Oh yeah, they're very big, very huge.
Yep.
And then Doc, what did you have Friday?
Well, Friday I made my surprise return to ICW in the Insane Rumble. This made me remember why I didn't have a lot of food over the weekend because that was the main event and I was just chilling in the back, not eating all the delicious food that is around. So made my return to ICW. That was awesome. I felt all the love from the crowd. It was heartwarming and almost made me cry. Fucking Joseph Blaine eliminated me. I'll see you down the line, but most importantly, yeah, happy to be back at ICW.
Well, yeah, you got your first match graphic out there, so hell yeah.
Sure, yes, sir. I
Yes,
changed a
sir. We're
couple of
talking about
goals.
returns. We're talking about new making returns. I know Perch has some different goals, but winding his stuff down. But let's talk about what the goals are this year. Doc, let's go back to you.
Um, my goal is to remind y'all who the hell I am. I've been gone for 2 years. I've been back for about 6 months now. The work has been good. Um, I still have love for the business, but I have, grown bitter in my time. I'm going to use that bitterness to propel me even further in 2026. So that's my plan. Is to
So,
my goal is to accept my bitterness and only use it to make us better.
hell yeah. And then I gotta go, but before I go, I'll talk about my goals. So my goals are, I mean, it's gonna be kind of copying Doc. Maybe it's because of the bitterness or not, but I just want to have fun. I'm not worried about nothing else anymore. I just want to work with a lot of good tag teams. I want to have young tag teams who are excited to do some stuff, try to push the envelope. I want to have the best match on every card I'm on. But like, I'm tired of making the bigger goals and disappointing myself.
Nope, I am take take the disappointment, accept it, and turn it into strength. That's my
Exactly.
plan.
Yeah, mine is just to have a lot of fun, show everyone I'm out there killing it, having a good time, and whatever happens, happens. But like to try to yeah, just hopefully one day.
Give me all the disappointment. It will only fuel me to be better this year.
But all right, guys. Unfortunately, I do have to go out, so I'm gonna bounce.
All right, brother. You have a good night.
Later, guys.
Safe travels.
Perch, what are your goals?
Yeah, 2026. What an incredible year that we get to be a part of here. Pro wrestling has given us so much, so
Yep.
much. I mentioned the 8 years since starting. So to put it all into perspective, feels like it just flew by in a
Yeah.
blink of an eye. And it also, when you look back, there are so many moments and learning and growing moments and pictures. The first few years, there was like 100 pictures. Then the past 5 years, there's like, you know, thousands of pictures.
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
then the
So
past
many.
maybe 2 years, there's
So
like
many.
100,000 pictures.
Yeah. So many.
uh, and it's just incredible to think about. I've still got the goal sheet that I have from my first year, and the things that are on it. And it's just fun to see how far we've come, and to have a world like the professional wrestling world and a community like pro wrestling. Again, where we're all like-minded individuals. We all share a common passion, and we come from different walks of life. But when we're here, this is what matters. This is what we enjoy. Um, you know, it's something that I've seen fans grow up and become wrestlers and achieve what they're looking for. Uh, and I've seen people who have very little self-esteem in life get just a little bit of self-esteem and self-confidence, and taking a little bit of that self-confidence and building it into more self-esteem and building it and letting that roll and multiply. And that turns into a little bit of self-motivation. And I've seen people transform themselves into shy, timid, quiet people who would rather not do much and not be active into some of the most confident, strong-minded, strong-willed performers who make such a difference in other people's lives, uh, and all in between. So, by setting goals inside the pro wrestling business and continuing to work hard and get just one step better each day, it's all it comes down to. You're going to continue to achieve some goals, some long term, short term, and some that you didn't even know were possible. Uh, so, with that being said, every year it continues to evolve. And this year, some of my goals, a big one coming up is to be able to handle the full workload of being a full-time college student. I've heard of people doing it my entire life, and I've never tried it. And I've also seen people in pro wrestling do it and handle it just fine. And even guys like Jack Serious, when I was working a show at UWM, I was joking, saying, "You know what? Did you just get right out of class and come here?" And he jokingly replied, "Yeah, this I actually do go here." Oh my God. Not realizing that there are people who are doing superhuman feats that we don't even realize.
Yeah.
So there's so much, going back to that self-confidence and self-esteem and self-motivation that comes from people in the pro wrestling community that I've gotten over the years, where I feel strong and confident that I'll be able to accomplish, the full workload of being a full-time student and still being able to make pro wrestling shows when I can. Um, I'm not committing to much because I don't know what my schedule looks like. It's a complete question. I know it's full. I know my class schedule, and I know it's a lot, but I don't know what life looks like. So, I do have goals of just staying above water and maintaining, finding a job within school, uh, accomplishing school work and responsibilities, and also seeing what my wrestling outlet looks like. Uh, the piece of the puzzle, piece of the pie, make it a little bit smaller, and we find balance however we can in life. So I really look forward to seeing the dynamic of how it changes and evolves. I'll always be a member of the pro wrestling community, lifelong member. So it's going to be fun to see how I take my role, especially over the next, 4 years, but just over the very near future. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, a lot of goals, and it's really just to maintain, uh, good positive life experiences throughout all of these new changes that are coming.
Nice, nice. Yep. And you will have the support of the podcast and our 22 fans.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and much support to all the people who are out there and have ever supported us.
Yeah.
Set those goals, and we're always here for you and to listen. And again, going back to helping each other out, we're all a community here, and if you have goals, we're here to help support them too. And another goal of mine is to see a new Godzilla movie this year, and we still have to have fun, silly goals too,
Yep.
because that's what makes life fun.
Yes.
And Shin Kamen Rider, I want to see, and Shin
Okay.
Ultraman, I want to see. So, a
I think
handful of movies
Shin
that are
Ultraman
goals.
might be free on YouTube
Love it,
because I just watched it recently. And
love
I
it.
didn't
Yeah,
think,
I can't wait.
and
I
I
can't
didn't.
wait.
I think Shin Ultraman's on YouTube, and I think Shin Kamen Rider too. I think both of those are free on YouTube.
Good, good. I'll have to give them a watch. Those are some big time, big goals.
I think I was looking for Shin Godzilla, which is the only one I haven't seen. Those
Ooh.
two came up.
Do you have any movie goals, Doc?
I actually would like to watch more movies.
Mm,
I feel like one of my friends, he has an interesting goal of just focusing more, and like being in the moment more.
hmm
So like watching movies and like putting his phone in the other room and things of that
hmm
nature. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of movies because I don't want to make that focus commitment. But I want to try to do that this year.
Yeah,
Not
solid.
not any specific movie, but yeah, just I probably watched less than 5 movies last year.
Yeah.
Just because, like, yeah, I didn't want to focus on the movie. So
hmm
yeah, I heard him do that, so I think I want to try that too. Is at least starting there.
Yeah, that's clean.
Yeah. So been thinking about that. So yeah, focus, 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 and then hopefully translate that to wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. How about any music goals? Any music act you would love to see?
Oh man, I've been thinking about it. I would like to go to a concert. I haven't been to a concert, like gone out specifically for a concert
hmm
starting wrestling. So that's,
Yeah.
and I know a couple of my favorite artists have dropped new music in the last month, have dropped new albums. So I do want to keep an ear out for those and try to make either an ASAP Rocky tour or Big Crit. So yeah,
Ooh, a couple of good ones.
yeah. So I do have some music goals. The movie goal is just to watch more and focus.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
about
solid.
you? What's the next music journey?
I
Or
would say Ariana Grande's back on tour, and
okay.
this is her first tour since I've become a fan. And that newest CD, incredible, incredible. Uh, but I'm sure she would do lots of songs from all over. So yeah, this new modern version of Ari, I would love to see. She's at the United Center later this
Mhm.
year. That would be a cool one, as well as Lainey Wilson is someone I would love to see. I don't know when and where it's going to happen, but one day I will see her. Sierra and I will be there, and we'll be enjoying it. Um, but those are a couple that we'll love to see one day.
trying to trying to get back into the concert scene. But
Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes it goes. I've gone years and even decades without.
this is the thing. It's like we do fair shows and Summerfest, so it's like, yeah, I saw the Roots at Summerfest.
hmm
But like I didn't go to Summerfest specifically to see the Roots.
hmm
It was wrestling at Summerfest. Just happened to be there. I didn't do it for myself, and that's what I really want to do is separate the wrestling so much from
Yeah,
some of the entertainment that I enjoy myself.
yeah, that was my 2025 with school coming up in a week. There was no mistake that I made the most of last year
Yeah.
with putting in about as much entertainment acts and sporting events as I could around wrestling, which was about as fun as
I
it
mean, no,
gets.
yeah, it's helpful. It's always good to be like, yeah, I'm going to the show on somebody's dime, you know. But
hmm
it's something different when you like, no, this is something I planned out for me.
Yeah, yeah, those are always special.
But hey, speaking of, what do you got planned this weekend? You got school on Monday. How are you closing out the weekend?
Closing out the weekend right back, talk about sentimental. We are at the Cooperage for Mondo Lucha on Friday. Gonna see all the good homies from all around. Mondo brings in such a good variety of people with local folks and legends from all over. Um, Super excited, and always a fun venue. Uh, we've had some great times there in particular, and to be in downtown Milwaukee, uh, it's very special. The eyes may well up, and uh, and we'll be experiencing it firsthand with everybody. Um, and then Saturday, Brew City Wrestling Rise to Honor, where it all began. Holy smokes! Yeah, I usually don't put thought into the emotion beforehand, but now that I am putting emotion into it, holy smokes! Yeah, thinking about it, that's pretty cool. It was 2018 Rise to Honor that I was there as a fan and said, I just want to be there under the ring, tightening the cable because that guy is part of the crew and he is helping the wrestling business. And right now, I'm sure I'm helping by being a fan, but I want to be next level helping it. And 8 years later, I'll be inside the ring, helping out however I can uh, for Bruce City Wrestling at Rise to Honor. I'm excited. I'll be there for setup, teardown, and yeah, I actually don't really know if we're on the show or not, but uh, we'll be there for anything they need and make the most of it. So that'll be one of the last shows for a little bit. I'll have a Bloodstone show coming up and a freelance show coming up. But aside from that, I'm not committed to anything outside of a week to week basis for the first time in quite some time. But schedules evolve, and I've been blessed enough to have a nice open door policy with the companies that I work with, and opportunities for my role have always been available. So it's time for the next generation to continue to step up and learn and grow from the experiences and feel like a fish out of water a little bit. And are you ready? And yes, we are all ready to take that step up. And it's time for a next generation to take that step up. And I'll be here to help out and still be here to support the wrestling world how I can. Um, it just may be from a different angle for a little bit. So looking forward to it. Again, Mondo Lucha and Brew City Wrestling this weekend in Milwaukee and the Waukesha Elks Lodge to close out a nice 8-year run.
Um, with you coming up on 8, that means we're coming up on 8. You started January, I started in April, Zach started in October. So yep, full circle moment this weekend. We too will be at Mondo Lucha on Friday with Trios Championship match with one of our earliest tag partners before we started tagging together, Jared Jack. So yes, this will be full circle. It will mean a lot to both of us to have a chance to win a title with Jared, who we see as a big brother to us in this wrestling business. And then Saturday, Brew City Wrestling, Prize to Honor, 2 out of 3 falls, Country Air versus Caribbeans, loser leaves town. We talk about 8 years, 8 years for all of us, 8 years for Perch, 8 years for me and Zach, 8 years for the Caribs. We've been doing this together for such a long time. Rise to Honor. If we are gonna have a loser leaves town match, there's no two I would rather go to war with. Besides that, we talked about, doing things for ourselves, entertainment for ourselves that we, probably should have done earlier. This weekend, I'm actually going to do the opposite. I always talked about one day, the fam should come with me all weekend to a show. So this weekend, the fiance and the dogs We'll be doing a little mini vacay as we do these two shows.
Oh,
So they'll be with me all weekend. So looking forward to that.
that's incredible.
Yeah, so you'll see them at Mondo. You'll see them at Rise Honor.
Oh, what a weekend. This is going to be a fun Wisconsin professional wrestling weekend. And coming from right here in southeastern Wisconsin, there's nothing better.
Yep, yep. It'll be a good one. All the emotions, all the emotions. Can't wait. But I think with that, probably should take it home. So, Perch, any final thoughts?
Yeah, if I never went into the pro wrestling business, I would not know that professional wrestling existed in Japan as long as it has. And and that opened me up to becoming a fan all over again. Um, like a dream within a dream. That's like fandom within a fandom within a fandom. Um, we'll always continue to keep our passion for pro wrestling no matter what. And there's good pro wrestling out there all over the world. So find it, watch it, enjoy it, listen to it, maybe from a different time, in a different year, in a different land. But it's out there, and it's definitely right up someone's alley.
And for me, be passionate about what you like. I know I said I am accepting my bitterness, but that bitterness comes from passion. I am just tired of pretending that shit ain't what it is. I'm passionate about what I like, and I'm not going to pretend like it's not something to be passionate about. I'm just bitter at faking like it wasn't something to be passionate about.
Yeah.
So yep, be passionate about stuff. That's all I got. Follow us on all the social medias. Tell promotions to book us. Perch refs really good, but he's going to be a student. He's going to be a very good student, so don't book him right now. But me and Zach, we're pretty good at this tag team stuff. Contact us. Let us know down below your New Year's goals. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.